I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast for your Monday, coming off of the weekend. Had some fun stuff going on. Thanks, everybody came out to Bamboozle. It's the fun little scavenger hunt up and down Clematis Street in downtown West Palm Beach. Or charity Little Smiles on Saturday.
Lots of KVJ Nationers running around in costume, having fun, doing the clues.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of KVJ Nationers, too, that came out just to hang, that weren't doing Bamboozle, that just wanted to come to E.R. Bradley's and drink. Bringing gifts.
Yeah, Jill and Mark came by. They gave us some, was it vodka Dorito drink?
It was. It was Dorito flavored vodka, and it really tasted like Dorito.
See, to me, it tasted nothing like, it tastes like alcohol to me. I couldn't get that finish.
You had to have a little tiny small sip, and I know you've never taken one of those in your life, but you've had a little tiny bit to get the taste.
I had to show some restraint.
This man chugged it. You know he did.
Okay. Oh, you know.
He's no bitch.
I'm in a bar. I don't know. Something about a bar and chugging seem to go hand in hand.
They brought a full bottle of alcohol into E.R. Bradley's, and I was like, I don't know if we can drink this. They were like, yeah, the manager said we could. And I was like, wow, okay.
That's nice, huh?
E.R. Bradley's always does it right.
Yeah,
They're just there to have a good time. They're a great party host, and Bamboozle will hopefully always make that a stop, and hopefully we will always be there every year because we love E.R. Bradley's.
I mean, I remember being 17 years old and people going to Bradley's. I mean, it's been around this area forever. Now, it was in a different location, I believe, but Bradley's itself has been around. It was
on Palm Beach Island when we first moved here because we used to go to the E.R. Bradley's on Palm Beach Island. You used to dance on the bar.
You went there because, Kev, that's where the girls were at.
Oh, I know.
Bradley's was always one of the hot spots.
Yeah, we did a charity event there, shaving people's heads. I remember at the bar when we were there. That was in the Bradley Place building, if you know which one that is. They're on Palm Beach. And then I think it was right around 2001 maybe when they moved over into West Palm from the island.
That sounds about right.
They are a beast as far as location, food, cocktails, fun. It's one of those spots that you should definitely bring out-of-towners to show off.
Yeah, all their places are good. The Caniglios know how to run themselves a good bar. The 321 Datura is great, and Cochin over on the island still fantastic. So,
and thank you, too, to all the restaurants and bars that participated in Bamboozle and made it fun. There were so many up and down Clematis. And thank you to Banco Cantina for hosting the after party. They brought out this massive spread of tacos for everybody at the after party, and people were like, rah!
Who's been drinking? That's just, oh my gosh, if I attack that thing.
Bitches got down on some tacos at Banco Cantina.
Well, if you've been drinking all day, I think you forget how to even eat in front of people. You turn into an animal, like,
caveman style. Yeah, so thank you, Banco Cantina. Thank you, E.R. Bradley's. And thank you to all of the people that participated and made it a sellout. Every year it sells out.
Yep. Yeah, somebody texted in and said, I hung out with Trump at the Palm Beach Bradley's back in the day. Can you imagine that?
Fancy.
Yeah. It was a hot place to be.
But I'd imagine if Trump wanted to go to Bradley's today, you'd have to shut the entire thing. No one else could go in there.
It was a different era.
It'd be tricky.
Different era. Yeah.
Maybe we could sneak him in. We could dress him up in a sombrero, a poncho, and a fake mustache.
How does that work, though? Let's say you are the president, and all of a sudden you're driving by a Chili's. You go, you know what? I really want some
queso.
Yeah, I'm craving Chili's right now. Do they pull into Chili's and clear the restaurant out, or they just go ahead and order Chili's and have them give it to you on a drone or something?
I think they send some lackey in, and the lackey has to get the Chili's Chili's for you and bring it back to you. Trump can't just walk into Chili's.
Yeah, presidents can't do that, right? They can't just say, I want to sit down. I really want to enjoy the Chili's experience.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know everything's really planned and they send scout teams in advance. If the president himself ever wanted to greatly deviate from that plan, how much space and leeway would they give him? Or would they say, sorry, dude, you may be the president, but you don't call the shots on this. We do. So
they almost shot you once. Stay in your car. Well, we will run in and get the queso for you.
It'd be interesting to see how that works. And I have a feeling, like with anything, the Trump dynamic would make it different than other presidents. So
true. He does what he wants.
That's true. Yeah. So I don't know. I would think if you drive by a McDonald's and the president wants McDonald's, which he does a lot, you're probably going to McDonald's would be my guess.
I always think stupid questions. You know, if you're driving in the car, and let's say the president, this isn't political, whether it's red or blue, whoever, let's say they get a bad case of poopy cramps and they go, I got to pull over now. If not, I'm going to take a dump in this presidential car. Do they got to?
I think the Secret Service goes in first and they clear the space and they make sure that it's a safe bathroom for him to drop a log.
Yeah.
And then they escort him in, and they probably have to stay all around him, like not in the stall, but right outside of it the whole freaking time while he is unleashing the beast out of his ass.
Because there's probably no toilet in the car, right, Kev?
No, there's no toilet in the car.
So potentially that could happen.
Yeah. I mean,
especially if you eat like he does. You know, as much as fast food as he eats, he's going to have the shits once in a while.
Through the history of all presidents, I would like to know those kind of stories. We're like, oh, we had JFK in the car, and boy, he had to really go, so we had to stop at this gas station.
Who had the worst presidential diarrhea?
And then they have to probably be sworn to secrecy. Go, we can't talk about the president having poopy cramps.
Oh, I would so tell everybody if I was on Secret Service.
The other countries would look at it as a sign of weakness. Like, oh, he's shitting all over the place.
Yeah. I think he used to have that more frequently before social media and before the world got so crazy. I think when, JFK, for instance, was president, I think a lot of times the Secret Service was taking them for little rendezvous and liaisons where
to meet up with bitches.
Mum was the word. And
yeah. If you believe the Marilyn Monroe tapes special that is on Netflix right now, the Secret Service brought him to a party house in Malibu where he met Marilyn, and then when he was done, his brother met Marilyn.
Is that on the
same house?
Is that on the itinerary? Okay, meet with the prime minister of whatever country at 3:45, 4:30, get some bitches.
I think those are the kind of appointments that don't get written down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're unspoken, but he just gives a wink and a nod, and he's looking for some poon.
And you wonder, too, when you become the president, do they, like right off the bat, okay, you're the president, this is the person you talk to when you want anything.
This is your guy that sets up poon.
This is the guy. If you got to poop, you need poon.
Poop or poon?
You don't have to use them, but if you need them.
Don't get those two confused. He said poop, not poon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, but Trump had met up with Putin in Alaska, and they just impromptu kind of got into his limo and started tooling around without any kind of translators or anything else. I was like, man, what is being said in there? Do they
just
even
them two.
Just those two.
Putin was grinning like a Cheshire cat.
Yeah.
You saw that? He was very happy.
So that, I don't know. That was unplanned. Like I said, I think probably when you're guarding Trump, there's a lot of... he's going to, off the cuff.
He does what he wants.
He's going to be like, we're going to both hop into the limo right now. And they're probably like, oh, shit.
And is that
shit.
Do you think that thing's bugged? Where people can listen? Or do you think that there's no way?
I'm sure they probably have something in there for something like that. But yeah, you're saying you wouldn't think that Putin would shiv him in the back of the vehicle. But, it's probably something where I imagine that probably wasn't planned. It was probably like just in the spur of the moment. They're like, oh my gosh, okay, all right, have fun.
Well, we had heard that one of the things that Putin liked to do to people that had spoken bad about him was to poison them and then they die. Like they drink their water out of a water bottle that's sealed and then they drink it and realize, oh shit, it's poison. So when I was watching those two on like their little summit just sitting there, they each had a glass of water next to them and it had a cap on it like you get from a hotel, like a paper lid cap on top of the glass of water, but nobody drank their water because the paper cap stayed on the whole time. Nobody touched it. I wonder if both of them were like, I don't trust this motherfucker. It might poison me.
That would be such a
I think water's safe in front of Trump. Diet Coke maybe might be different, but yeah.
And what a big move that would be to poison a leader in front of everybody. And
yeah, it would be. And I wonder, just for any president, whoever it might be, if you're Secret Service, what are those things? Because you wouldn't want to insult another standing leader by frisking them or shaking them down.
But how do you know he's not wearing a wire?
But you got to protect your guy.
Or has a shiv in his sock.
They probably have rules when it comes to all that. When they're going to meet, everyone knows this is the procedure of how we walk into a... I don't know.
I'm always so fascinated by the Secret Service stuff and what they do to protect the president. It's pretty fascinating stuff on how they have city maps and grids. And I think they even have to check the storm sewers and they seal off the sewers so somebody's not down underneath. Because thinking about it, you could detonate a explosive device down in these storm sewers. People can get access to that, and they've got to check that and seal them.
What about the next meeting where supposedly Vladimir and Volodymyr are going to be in the same room?
That's confusing.
Yeah, I don't know when that
Those
is
two
happening.
MFers definitely want to kill each other.
Yeah.
When's that happening, and who's watching the water?
Don't know.
And
Don't drink the water.
I always wonder too, when you've got two different countries meeting each other, that there's some heat behind whatever you're talking about.
Yeah.
Do they start the conversation off right when they walk in with pleasantries about the weather? Hey, you hungry? Or do they go right into business?
I think you never know. I think that, for a lot of times, the people that set these things up, whether you're the staff that is putting together the meeting or the security that's supposed to keep everybody safe, I imagine a lot of times, especially with certain presidents or certain leaders, that it's just a wild card. You don't know, and you hope that everything works out okay. So, when Trump and Zelensky kind of got into it in the Oval Office, I'm not sure that was planned. So.
No, that did not look planned.
I think people were sitting there and be like, okay, well, didn't expect this. You just got to roll with it. So I think that's just kind of what it is. It'd be fascinating. You can see why I guess a lot of them probably write books because they have a story. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, I got a bunch of emails here today. Brittany said, you know what? So crazy when I heard that comment from Virginia's son Rocco on how that song Ordinary makes him cry. My son Waylon also cries when he hears this song. So crazy. I thought he was the only one.
Panda clued me in to something that I did not know about that song. So I guess when Hulk Hogan died, they did a tribute to Hulk on the WWE night of whatever match they were having.
Yeah.
And that's the song they used. And Rocco got upset. And so now he makes that connection.
He associates with death. That happened to me as a little kid, too. My sister had a friend who passed away from an ice skating accident, and her favorite song was Lady in Red.
Ice skating accident?
Yeah, so anytime Lady in... Because my sister took it really hard, so seeing her take it hard, Lady in Red, every time I hear it, always makes me think about that girl.
Wow.
Yeah. What's your depressing story, Kev?
Yeah. Don't know.
Top that, bitch.
I'm never going to top you when it comes to sad stories. I wouldn't even want to get in that fight.
She's the saddest. I'm second.
Yeah.
Wait, how did that girl die?
Well, I don't want to...
Ice skating accident?
Yeah, I don't want to give too many details because I'm not sure if they're local or not. But
She hit her head?
Yeah.
Damn.
Was that the one where the guy was spinning in his skate cutter throat?
No,
She bled out on the ice horrifically.
That is
And
not
he's
the-
screaming and crying back. I can't believe I did it. And she's like, yeah.
Is that a
one?
real story?
I don't know.
Oh.
He topped that.
No, it's not that story. But that's horrifying.
Horrifying.
And I'm sure that's happened in the history of ice skating.
It has. I've seen a video. I don't know if it's real, but yeah, that did happen. I don't know what the end result was. I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like that hurt.
Damn.
Yeah.
Toe pick. You know,
Yeah.
that's from that movie Topic.
No.
Oh, never mind.
What's it from?
I'm gonna lose the room. It's all good.
Well, there was a guy that had happened. It was in a hockey match. Guy went high skate into a guy's jugular, took him out.
Killed him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they charged the guy.
Because he did it on purpose?
Just because they're like, there's no reason that your skate should be up above your head.
Gotcha.
And the crazy thing is, he still scored the goal on the last play doing it.
Damn.
How about
No,
that,
I
man?
added that part just to give it a little warmth.
Crazy.
It's so horrifying.
Blood on the ice is pretty rough.
Yeah.
I mean, hockey, I think they're used to blood on the ice, but when it comes from someone's severed neck,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
little different.
Yeah, I think it's
And
gonna
they're
be a different
passing
level.
away.
Yeah, different level. But you never know. I mean, every day there's just stories about people getting tricked. And Chuck in Albuquerque said, yeah, I think the cat video you're talking about, bringing the rat in and putting it on the owner's mouth, was AI. And it might have been.
There's so much AI now.
And it's getting so good that, yeah, you don't know. It really is going to put us in a weird place where I just don't know that there's anything that you can really trust anymore. And
You're right.
It's so odd.
Everything could be fabricated.
Well, you're gonna start seeing criminals say that wasn't me, that's AI. Then there's gonna have to be a whole forensic AI type of team that's gonna go in there, get the footage, and say, no, this is fake. Because you can tell if you do a deep
Yes.
dive if it's fake. But I can see people getting away with stuff in the beginning.
Yeah, eyeballing stuff now. There are a few. AI wasn't fooling me at all at first. And even, I would say a couple months ago, I was like, I can kind of still see that that's going to be AI. But yeah, I mean, with the one with the cat, looked legit to me. So if that was AI, then it's a whole different level of, and honestly, what I usually try to do, I was moving a little too fast. When I see a video that might be a little crazy, I start kind of going through the comments and then try to verify it. But there's just so much stuff you go through. It takes extra time.
It took me, I think, the second comment when I was watching, did he make The Rock eat monkey brains? I'm going, wait, this is starting to sound, let me just read the second comment. Any dumb fuck that believes this is so stupid as fuck.
And who would eat brains? They're dumb fucks. Oh, wait, we did that last week.
You're right. That was true.
We really did eat the brains. That wasn't AI.
I drank a lot of that milk paint.
You drank milk brain juice.
And it did not, I don't think I was right for about 36 hours.
Yeah. It takes a toll on you.
Who would eat brains?
Yeah.
Some goofy morning show.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Us.
Well, the scam potential is just through the roof now on a lot of these. I had seen there's some guy that got fooled by some jelly roll video, and he thought, it was kind of like a call to action from his favorite celebrity, and he was more than happy to pay it, and then found out that, whoops, you just got suckered, dog.
I mean, chances are Jelly Roll is not reaching out to any of his fans asking for money.
Here's my issue with everything. I think everything's a scam now.
Right.
So when I get real information about bills or something I need to be involved in, I'm like, fuck you, scam. I hung up on the phone the other day to someone, like, yeah, this is a fucking scam. Tell me if this sounds like someone hanging up. And I hung up on them.
And it was Kevin.
And then I'm like, wait a minute, that might be a doctor I know. Let me oh shit, I better call them back. But it's making even the real stuff be suspect.
You're
because
right.
everything is, I don't trust anybody.
You can't, and that's what this world has created. We have to assume it's a scam until proven otherwise.
You guys get these kind, right, where they'll go, hey, Kevin, my name is Mary, and I've been on your street today. We're doing a discount for tree cutting. I know you live at blah, blah, blah. They give you your address.
They're not on your street. They're full of shit.
So, but you guys get that as well.
Yes,
All right.
I get that all the time. Just delete it. F you, Mary.
The problem is I kind of stopped looking at a lot of my messages that come in because 90% of them are scams or whatever. And I thought they weren't supposed to be able to get your numbers your phone number, and now that's just full out for the advertising.
Full out.
And then I showed up to get my hair done on Saturday, and she's like, "Oh, I called you. She's sick today." And I'd driven all the way there, and I was like, "No," like I said. So the messages that you need to get, so you don't drive 30 minutes in one direction for absolutely no reason. Are the things that are hopefully AI can help filter everything out, because that's the problem I have now. I'm too inundated. And I'm always trying to get out of their email list that I'm getting on somehow. And my email inbox is not even lying. I woke up Saturday morning, had 250 emails.
Well, here's the problem. Everyone is now taking your personal information and selling it.
Yeah, right.
For marketing purposes, for their own financial gain. I'm going through this with my insurance company. They sent me this paper and it says, "Hey, just to let you know, we're going to start selling your information for marketing purpose." And I said, "The fuck you are."
Yeah.
Like, no, I do not want to get more soliciting. If I'm doing business with you as my insurance company, you don't have the right to sell my information to make profits so people can market to me based on the fact that I'm a homeowner.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Unfortunately, you have to buy that service. There's a service you can do that takes you off of everything. And I know a couple people in my personal life that had to do that because they were getting harassed and bothered, and they had to pay for a service where you can't get a lot of information. You can go off the grid somewhat these days, but you have to pay for it, unfortunately.
Exhausting. Well, how much does it cost?
I'm sure it's very cheap.
Well, Mr. J in the chat said overwhelmed and overloaded, and that's it. And the overall message is that I get too many messages, and the one out of 300
that you really
I actually needed, I didn't get. And then it wastes an entire morning of free time that you don't really have.
Because Mary
of all the other messages
is asking you if you need your trees fucking trimmed because she was on your street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the tough thing about it, is now filtering out those important messages, because, my phone's always buzzing, buzz, and I have all the notifications turned off. Somehow it's still always buzzing.
Still always buzzing. Still always a million emails.
I know. I've turned off pretty much every notification, but somehow some find a way back in.
They do, and you just can't stay up on everything that's going on.
You can't. Yeah. Stuff is going to fall through the crack.
We're going to have to get to a point where there's got to be a new system on how to do all this, because I think we're about at the tipping point of it's just complete insanity. To the point that I just want to have an alter ego and I only give it out to 2 people.
Right.
So, yeah.
Do me and Jay Bird make the cut?
Nope.
I don't blame you. I say cut all fat.
Nope. You just never know.
Did you just call me fat?
No, I called our essence fat.
Oh, my God. You just called me fat.
Less is more, Kevin.
I'm hearing you, man. I'm hearing you. And Jenna had a comment. We were talking about all the dildos that are getting chucked onto WNBA courts. And she said, speaking of dildos being thrown on sports floors or fields, Buffalo Bills fans used to throw them on the field all the time when Tom Brady played. Must say it was pretty funny to see as a Dolphins fan.
I wonder how long that takes to clean up at a football stadium. That's going to be at least a 10-minute delay.
No, they probably get a crew out there. They're probably cleaned up very fast, but that's very funny.
They have a dildo team ready to go.
Do.
All right, we see the first dildo. Everyone go.
I think there's a team ready to get anything off the field that's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Like, they're watching.
They have good crews. Yeah,
they do have good crews, but I love people throwing dildos at Tom Brady. I fully support that.
I mean, it is funny. You hate that people got to go out there and clean the dildos up. But as a viewer...
And Jason from Deerfield said, I know it's usually Virginia who's wrong, but this time it's Jay Bird.
Oh, boy.
He said, the new Superman movie is horrible. It is reminiscent of Wonder Woman 1984. Superman is a punching bag the whole time. Spoiler alert. Superman gets his ass kicked the entire movie and has 5 minutes of Superman being Superman. It had its funny parts, but all in all, what a waste of 129 minutes. Jay Bird gets a mulligan this time due to his previous great takes on movies. Love the show.
Yeah, I hear you. You got to be careful all the time being a fucking, it sucked, and this sucked, and that's awful, that's terrible. I went there. I said it wasn't as good as the Superman 2 from back in the day. I just didn't take it that seriously. I went in there I tried going in there open-minded and just kind of having fun. But, yeah, I hear you. There's a lot of shit I get wrong on this show.
No, and it's
Tell us everything.
music and
my
movies,
God.
for the most part, subjective.
So many things. I'll have a list tomorrow.
I saw Gal Gadot. She was doing an interview on Israeli TV, and they're asking her about Snow White. Talking about she got a couple bombs out there. You're talking Wonder Woman 84. And
What
then,
did she
that
say?
one. She had suggested that it was external pressures, particularly anti-Israel sentiments, that contributed to the movie bombing at the box office. She did later clarify on Instagram stories that her initial comments were made from an emotional perspective, feeling personally targeted due to her Israeli identity rather than her acting. It was kind of cool, though, because she was speaking Hebrew in that interview. And, hardly ever hear that. She's speaking English. But she did emphasize that the film's failure was not solely due to external factors, acknowledging the multiple elements influenced a movie's success or failure. And she, did say that she had a good working relationship with Rachel Zegler. And
Bullshit.
everything was good.
Lies.
Yeah, she said we laughed and had fun. And,
I like her as a person.
Damage control.
I want to work again.
Hated each other.
If we could get a real cage match on that one, that'd be a tune-in.
There's one interview where, because she's taller than I forget her name.
Rachel Zegler.
Thank you. And there's one where Rachel's just not. She won't shut up. She keeps talking, and Gal looks down at her. She's like looking down at her, kind of like, shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up.
I wish I could step on you.
If you could read body language and eyeballs, Gal's saying, shut the fuck up.
And Joshua has a comment here. He says, for those who don't really pay attention to video game news, this is a PSA. Do not let your kids play Roblox. With how predatory it is on monetization, you shouldn't let them play anyway. But Roblox has taken the stance of allowing pedos to stay on their platform for money instead of protecting kids. I don't know all the ins and outs of that story. I have seen a few things about Roblox out there, but that's his PSA.
Oh, there is definitely cases where pedos, they will infiltrate a gaming system, befriend the kid. They're playing, online. They develop a relationship, and that's a way of grooming them, getting their trust, and then they go, hey, sneak out at midnight, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's a tactic.
Damn.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, almost on the same vein as trying to keep up with your life because of all the messages and emails and calls that you get. For parenting, it's such a challenge because of the outlets my parents had to monitor. There wasn't that many.
No.
I didn't have my own phone. I didn't have the social medias. I didn't have all that stuff.
They just had to keep you from rocking out to Kiss and docking.
That was really it. That was about the only thing I had, and making sure you didn't get out your window. But I was on the second floor, so I didn't have much chance of that anyway. It was a lot easier. Yeah, back in the day. And now you just, I think the only thing you can do as a parent is just let your kids know right from wrong and say, the world would love to take you out, and I'm trying to give you advice to help you stay in it. So, good luck. I saw that YouTube is rolling out an AI-based age estimation model in the U.S. to provide better protections for younger users. They say the system will automatically apply restrictions and security measures to accounts deemed to belong to individuals under the age of 18, regardless of the birthday that they entered. Users can verify their age if the model is inaccurate, and they say the changes aim to ensure teens are treated as teens and adults as adults. I had seen what it uses is it seems like the AI is looking at what you're watching and says this isn't something that a 35-year-old man would be watching. This has the tendencies of somebody that's 13 and is lying about their age. And I think that's almost how they're using AI, looking at your algorithms to say, okay, the content consumed on this channel does not match that of an adult.
Huh.
And I think that's kind of what they mean with the AI based age estimation model that is out there. And then if you are a legit adult and it cancels you saying, we think you're a kid, you'd have to be going, no, I really just like watching Dora the Explorer. And then they'd be going, why, creep? You have to explain yourself why you like kids programming. So
Look,
that's what the new model is supposed to be.
anything that has less predators trying to hurt kids, I'm all for.
Yeah. They say while the impact on creators is expected to be limited, some may see a decrease in ad revenue for teen viewers. So that is odd, though. But yeah, so you might see some changes on that. So these are the things that they're trying to do. And it's almost like what I'm putting a call out, too. It feels like we need AI to come and save us.
See, that's what they want. They want us to need them. Oh, we're fucked. AI, please save us.
Well, you know what's tough about it is for employment. So many jobs, you've got to either be social media savvy or you've got to have at least Teams and all these different little video networks and things like that for your employment. And so it's really hard for anybody to just unplug and say, you know what, I'm not going to touch these devices. I don't want any part of it. They're overwhelming and confusing. And unfortunately, for a lot of jobs and employment in the U.S. or the world today, you can't just ignore and turn your back to all tech.
There's a way, though, you can still have it in your life and not have it dominate you or ruin you. And I think a lot of people get obsessed with technology, especially things like your iPhone and social media. I think when you start getting addicted to the screen and you are just in that zombie state and you wonder why you're slightly depressed and you kind of maybe not even know why, I think we're a slave to that kind of stuff. I think you're always going to need technology. It's not going anywhere. It's just when it starts to dominate your thoughts and you know what I'm talking about. People acting all weird.
I think you're already starting to see it a bit with people backing off social media some and saying, look, there's some tech I have to be involved with, but with that's overwhelming enough. I'm not going to add anything else in life that I don't need to.
You can be overly connected to things, and I think I think that is a problem.
Amen.
Just being disconnected isn't good, but being overly connected isn't good either.
Definitely not.
Being disconnected is kind of peaceful.
From a certain point of view, you go out to the woods and then you're like, fuck, it's day 5.
Well, when we
I
were
want to talk to somebody now.
When we were in Italy, the only time I could text or do anything was when we had Wi-Fi. And it was kind of nice. So when we were out and about exploring, the only thing I used my phone for was to take pictures.
Yeah.
And then I put it away. I didn't scroll. I didn't look at Jack.
There was that weekend where my buddy I had my laptop and my phone in my book bag, and he took off with it in his car, and he wasn't going to be around for a day and a half plus. I was mad at first, and then I go, you know what? This is so free. It did feel good. It really did.
You get your life back.
Well, I had an excuse. I go, there's nothing you can do about it, Bird, so just be as you be. And it was eye-opening.
Yeah.
Well, I got a question here from Danielle. She said, have you guys checked out Las Fajitas in Boca? If not, you really need to go and try it. Talking about great Mexican restaurants. It's cute, small, quaint, with authentic and delicious food, plus the best.
You're in Boca a lot, Kevin.
Yeah, in fact, my wife took me to a new Mexican place on Friday. We went to Taco Labs on Federal Highway, and she had seen it, of course, in a TikTok video where somebody done that. And that's, one of the biggest things now with people making these videos of places. But, you got to watch. We went in. It was fine. It was all good. It was kind of threw me off, though, because I was sitting there and the guy came up and he's like, would you guys like to eat? I was like, see. And then I look up, I'm like, oh, wait, the guy's Indian. It's a bunch of Indian guys that run a Mexican restaurant. And I was like, I'm so confused.
I mean, I guess it's possible.
Yeah.
Oh, it is possible. Me and Denny's, there's a Chinese restaurant run by 2 very Italian dudes. I mean, we're talking, it almost looks like they kind of don't even know what we're talking about when we order stuff, as if it's a front, if you will.
Money laundering.
I don't know. Something seems off about this restaurant, but they got good lo mein.
Ooh, you're making me want lo mein.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my wife was like, oh, you should make a video of it. I was like, it was okay. And people were saying, yeah, it's just okay. Dina said it's just okay.
We don't make videos of just okay.
Right. That's what I thought, too.
No.
Like, if I want to do something, I'm like, this is cool, and I want other people to know. But like that El Segundo that I did that place, I'm like, I didn't know about it, and we found it. I'm like, I think other people like to know about it. It's a cool little joint. So I'm like, I was moved to do it. But otherwise...
Don't muddy up my feed with B or C level food.
Well, and I think the issue that you have, because I followed. There's a lot of food influencers in South Florida.
I know.
And they're always having to crank out content. And look,
and they get paid to crank that content out.
Yeah,
so it could be shitty Mexican, but they're getting a dime for it, and that's probably about what they pay.
Well, that's what I thought. I'm like, I'd like to see the video my wife saw that was on TikTok that propelled her to go, because I was like, it was all right, but it's nothing that I need somebody to be like, hey, you got to go here, because I was like, all right. I mean, it was like I said, it was okay. Everything was fine.
It better be A-level quality if it's out there being talked about by influencers.
I want to walk in with an OMG type feel. Be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's a little less tick and a lot more talk, if you know what I mean.
I think, yeah.
I don't like that. It's not fair. It doesn't need to be awarded if it's like mediocre Mexican.
And look, I get it, man. A well-produced video of a restaurant, making it look all good, making it look sexy. I can see how that can get people in there, but you're right. There's been some places I've been tricked too. Either whether it be on the videos or someone goes, "Bird, you got to try this place out. It's amazing. It's amazing." And you go there and you're going, "Oh, maybe they're just having a bad day today because it was not amazing."
Yeah, well, I think you're just hitting the point where, especially a lot of these food influencers, that this is their gig now, and they're like, "I've made 200 videos in South Florida." I don't know how many. Look, we got a lot of great places, but you hit that 200-300 mark, you may be like, all right,
yeah,
maybe
they're all not home runs, baby.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, most of them are mediocre. You're looking for the top 10% that people haven't yet discovered.
Special.
Right, and there's just not. Look, even in South Florida, we're inundated with all kinds of cool bars and restaurants, but even then, you hit that mark of your OMG factor is you're just discovering places that are okay, they're fine. But they're not anything I got to go driving 30 extra miles to go check out.
There's a thing, too, I've heard. I don't know how true it is, but there's some people on TikTok and certain social media accounts that they're buying views and buying followers to make it look like they've got a lot more shine.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I thought you got penalized for that.
They jump in our DMs all the time, especially on some smaller accounts that I manage. They jump in the DMs and they say, hey, are you looking to elevate the way you appear on social media? You can buy 10,000 followers for this amount of money, 20,000 followers for this amount of money. They just write it right out.
And that is a real thing. And you can get tricked from that sometimes because people check the numbers. Oh my gosh, this place has got 30,000 shares. Holy shit, I can't believe it.
And you think it's great.
But if it's not real, then it's not real.
I mean, a lot of social media is propped up on lies, manufactured hype. And
if you see food on my fucking Instagram, it's because it's good. I'm not putting shit on my Instagram if it's food. I don't care.
I'm with Kevin. It
better be good.
If I personally had a good experience with something, and my palate's very controversial. Some people like what I like. Some people really hate it. If I like it and it's coming from a place of passion, I'll put it up there.
Right. And that's where you have to look at what is the motivation. Is this somebody that has to make videos and crank out a lot of content, or it's somebody that just stumbled upon it and this is a random video that they felt like, okay, I need to know about it? Because
I ain't getting paid for any of that shit. If I'm putting it up there, it means I really liked it.
Right. Exactly.
And doing you a solid.
Mm-hmm. That's why you got to qualify. Like I said, basically, social media is 90% lies. I think it's really what we've just kind of been discussing here today. And we're kind of coming through, too. All right, y'all. Well, thank you very much for locking in here on a Monday. We got 4 more of these coming at you. Make sure you're back here tomorrow. Enjoy your Monday. Goodbye.